Hi guys, I wanted to drop a quick video and let you know that I have the Rona. I tested positive for COVID-19. I wasn't planning on making a video about this because I like to keep my home life and my YouTube and social media things completely separate. But my friend Joe from Phantom Guy suggested that I make a video to talk about my firsthand experience with it. Because a lot of people don't know what's going on. Really, guys, no one knows what's going on. I sure don't. But I just know I got sick as a dog, man. And Joe suggested, and I think it's a good idea to put firsthand experience about and let you know what symptoms I got because they appear to be different for everybody. And just to give another perspective on the whole thing. So let's see. I worked my Friday like normal, and then Saturday morning around 11 a.m. I started feeling not so good. I started with body aches and pains was the main thing. A slight sore throat, a little bit of, I guess you'd say, irritable bowel syndrome, and a little bit of a headache. And this kind of progressed throughout the whole day. After 24 hours of feeling these symptoms, I went to urgent care on Sunday around 11 a.m. And they did the COVID test, and she said it's not the test that you may have heard horror stories about. It's they took a swab and stuck it up my nose, not up into my brain, but pretty far up there into my nose and both nostrils. And then I came back home, and then that night I was feeling really, the headache was the worst part of it. It was just severe, and also major body aches. My back hurt so bad. Part of that back ache may be from like staying on the couch, trying to stay away from my family. But it was very uncomfortable, very unpleasant. The strange thing is I never had any fever throughout the whole thing. I felt like I would have hot flashes, I guess, or like I'd feel flushed, and my skin would feel clammy. But every time I took my temperature, it was 98 or 97. If anything, I felt like colder than normal. I never had an actual fever. Then I guess 2 days from when I did the test, I got the results saying I was positive, and I'm off work until Sunday. It was like 10 days from the test. So my wife started feeling ill. I guess 2 days after my symptoms started. She started at night at like 8 o'clock at night on, I guess it would have been Monday. And so yeah, we kind of figured that would happen because we're not socially distanced from ourselves, right? So she started feeling ill that night, and then in the morning, I woke up on the couch, and she was, standing above me and handed me the phone, but she wasn't making sense. Like talking with her, it seemed to affect her speech. She wasn't able to say just one word at a time. She was out of breath, and this is literally how she was speaking. It was like, "I'm not stupid. I just can't think right." And it was pretty scary to see. So I was thinking brain swelling or something. So we went to the emergency room, and it took forever. I wound up having to leave her there and take the kids back so they could do their online schooling and get some food while she stayed there. They gave her a CAT scan, and then she called me to come pick her up, and it was all that was that. She was talking normal again by that point. We still haven't heard results from that CAT scan. She did have the problem with her speech again the next day when something happened. She was talking to people and she got kind of worked up, and then that recurred. And so we're thinking that it's just the stress is how her body was handling it. But she does seem to be taking the symptoms a little heavier than me. It seemed to be affecting her breathing, and it didn't affect my breathing at all. And here it is like 6 or 7 days later after this, and I'm just feeling, it kind of feels like a cold, like a chest cold and a head cold, and body aches. My back hurt so bad a couple days ago, but my back's kind of better. I just feel kind of, still just kind of sick, but not near as bad as those first 2 days. And then my wife, of course, my wife got the COVID test. Her test came back negative, which is really weird because she's acting, like she's hit, those symptoms are hitting her worse than they hit me. So I don't know what's up with that, but that's what's going on. That's my experience with the COVID-19. I got a few more days off before I have to report back to work. Of course, I wear the mask and the face shield all day long at work as is required. But that's it, man. And man, boy, these times are weird, apocalyptic times right now. I live up here in Seattle, and there was heavy forest fires going on, and like the world was covered in smoke. It was crazy. It looked like Mad Max, man. It looked like some sci-fi films from the 60s. What they said the future is going to look like, the future is now, and it's freaking bleak, man. But now the rains have come in, and that smog is going away, so we're just left with all the other uncertainty stuff, the pandemic and the political insanity that's going on. And that's it. I'll leave you with that state of the world in this awful year of our Lord 2020.